Alright, I gotta make a video right quick. Alright guys, I'm just gonna go over the best starters for mid right now, because a lot of people have been asking me that question. I feel like it would be a good video, so here I go. What up, YouTube? How you guys doing? So today we're gonna be going over what are the best starts for mid. What are the starts for mid? I mean, I think a lot of people have been asking me questions on, YouTube comments and Twitch and just in general about what should I be starting? Why do you go Vampiric? Why did you go Boots 2 here? Why did you go, whatever it is, why'd you go that? So here I go. I'm gonna start off with probably one of the characters I play. Agni. So what do you go on Agni, right? As a starter item, because there's a lot of starter items. You see some people go this as well. Restored artifact, health pot, multi-pot, or health pot, mana pot. Or you see people go Boots 2 with a couple pots. Or you see people do Conduit, or Sands of Time, or Vamp Shroud, or even Tainted Steel, which people have started to do that now. So I'm gonna give you guys the reasoning between each one, what you should be going, what you shouldn't be going according to the situation, right? So let's go here. Let's start off with Conduit. Is Conduit an item for Agni, right? So pretty much you're gonna do damage. You're gonna do more damage on your one big damage spell after a certain amount of time, right? Depends which one you go, right? Whether it's Arc or Gemma Focus. And then Gemma Focus is pretty much movement speed, damage reduction, and more damage. So this one you would get for more survivability. This one you would get for just flat out more damage. When you go Conduit, I love Conduit on characters like Janice, Scylla. Why those characters? So because they have one damage ability, while Scylla has, I know she has 3. But the combo, the big thing is about getting the big damage, right? On Agni, it feels weird, right? Because sometimes you can bomb, and the character has a lot of consistent damage, whether it's a 2-1 or into the dash or into the 3 bombs. So I feel like you're not gonna get the max out of Arcage. Gemma Focus, you could get a little bit out of it. But I feel like you don't really need the MP5 that the starter provides, right? Because your bombs don't cost mana, for some of you guys that didn't know. So that's why I think, so for example, for Agni, I wouldn't like it. For Janice, I would. So it's situational. On Janice, sometimes I'll go Gemma Focus if I feel like I need the extra movement speed and extra HP. Or sometimes I'll go Arcage if I just want a one-tap. So it's all situational. Now let's talk about Sands of Time start. Sands of Time start is for characters that want the early CD and don't want to run out of mana ever, right? Because the mana is 10 MP5 plus the passive gives you 2 MP5 per 10% of your missing mana. So you never run out of mana. So what characters never want to run out of mana? Well, all of them, yes. But there's some that it's way more important. Like Hell, Afro. More of the healer type where you're still really, really strong with just a little bit of mana or extra MP5. So that's where I would recommend it. Hell can go different. I think Afro Sands of Time is really, really, really good. So we'll see how it goes. So we're going to talk about the 2 upgrades. Pendulum is more if you can keep your MP5. Like, I don't think this is good on Hell. Why? Because you get power for how much mana you have, right? Percent-wise. Hell, a character that can spam abilities non-stop. Your mana is probably going to be like around 70%, 60%, even at 100 MP5. You could, if you spam your abilities properly, you will drop to about 60% mana, 70% mana, where you won't be getting that extra power from Pendulum. And then alternate timeline, which they just buffed, not this patch, but next patch, that you'll, instead of 10 minutes, it's 6 minutes. I still think it's too long, so it's not that good. But like I said, I just want to make sure that I'm just trying to make sure that you guys know what are the starters, and when to pick them up. Vamp, one of my favorite. A lot of people don't like Vamp. I mean, a lot of people like in comp say, why you go Vamp? Why you go Vamp? I mean, let's look at the base stats of Vamp, right? 25 magical power just got buffed recently. That's a good amount of power. I mean, let's compare it to Conduit. It's the same as Conduit. It's 5 less than Sands of Time. 10 physical prot. the biggest thing that I appreciate. The 10 prot makes a big difference. Remember, minions are physical prot. Sorry, physical damage. What do you die in mid a lot to? Minions, because the minion, you lose pressure, the minion wave goes on you, and now you're in trouble. So, and it plus 75 health, which early game is great. And then who's gonna gank you? Usually a physical assassin is gonna gank you, or physical warrior. Obviously, there's some times where there's magical. So when do I get vamp? When I see characters like Tsukuyomi, characters like Thor, Ratatasker, and if they have 3 physical, if they have 3 magical, I don't appreciate vamp the same way, but it's still good. It's really situational. If I see 3 physical, I love vamp. I love vamp. A Tsukuyomi, a Rat Solo, and for example, a Hachiman Hunter, I would get vamp. So, like I said, just wanted to make sure you guys know. Now let's talk about the upgrades. Blood Soaked Shroud. I mean, this is just a little extra information, but, you know, might as well drop it since we're already on the topic. Damaging an enemy with an ability restores 12 health. So, this is pretty much, this Blood Soaked is better for just staying alive. If the character has, you know, multiple CDs, Merlin, Agni, Thoth, those type of characters, you can keep stacking the lifesteal that you're getting, and then with maybe just a gem, all you need is a gem and maybe lifesteal boots, and you're gonna get a lot of value. Or sacrificial, which is the more all-in type of thing. I feel like sacrificial is just it takes a little bit too much HP. It does. I feel it takes a little bit too much HP for, like, if you miss a spell, it feels really bad. 5% of your maximum health, like if you're at 2,000. That's, what is that? Is that 100? Am I trolling? Yeah, it's 100, right? 100 health, you use 3 spells. 300 health, you take 300 health for 3 spells. And if you miss them, you know, which you do miss spells here and there, like, it's just, it feels bad sometimes. Especially when you want to spam because you have CD and lifesteal. I don't know. You can build it, though. It does give you a ton of power. But I rarely build it unless it's like an all-in type of game. And let's talk about the other start, Boots 2. Let's not stay off topic. Boots 2. Start, 20 magical power, 12% movement speed. So the biggest thing about Boots 2 is that you want to back early, correct? You don't want to stay out with Boots 2 because the spike is horrible. Like any other mage is going to think about this, right? Let's think about the starter items. If you have Conduit and tier 1 of anything, right? Let's just say tier 1 of Magic Focus or tier 1 of Chronos Pendant. You have 45 power while the other person has 20 power because of boots, correct? So the spike is significant. The only thing is you do have 12 movement speed, so you can take advantage of that. But you want to reset quick. So understanding when you have boots to reset quick. And this also gives you an opportunity to figure out what you want to build later as a starter. But if you already know what you want to build as a starter, sometimes it is better to build a starter. But if you're not sure on how the game is going, I think that Boots 2 is a good start. Get 1 or 2 health pots, two multi if you need it. If you're a character like Agni, I would say 2 health, 2 multi. If you're a character that can clear from far, you can just go 1 health, 1 multi. Or 1 mana pawn, and you should be fine to clear and reset after the second wave. So, like I said, very situational. And let's go on the last start for mid. The last start, which is Restored Artifact. 60 magical power, 15 MP5. What is the downside of this? You only get 1 health pot and 1 multi-pot, or 1 health pot and 1 mana pot. Meaning, if you get poked early, it's going to be a very, very ugly game for you. Why? Because you'll back. And think about how much gold you'll back. If you get poked first wave, you have 1 health pot, you'll pop it. If you get poked again in the second wave, or left or right mids, now you have to back. You're probably going to have around 500 gold. So that means you're getting Boots 1. So you have Boots 1 and Restored Artifact and probably 1 health pot. You're going to want to back again for Boots 2 because that is where this real spike is. And then you're backing so much, you're going to fall behind in experience, where experience matters more than gold in the early game. So that is my problem with Restored Artifact. That's why you don't see me build it as much. But it isn't a bad build if you understand your character. Like Merlin can clear from far. Shouldn't take too much poke. So can Thoth. So that's why it's good. But if a jungler can, if a mid finds out that you have the extra power, yeah, you have, you know, Restored Artifact and you can test both mids, you cannot get poked. You cannot get poked. So it's understanding when to build it, how to build it. Like, the positive of building this is that, like I said, you have 60 magical power. There is no other spike that gives you more power than this. Actually, okay, Talon's Trinket is the other one, but it doesn't give you more power, just the same. But yeah, so you could do those starts. People don't go talents because you don't have any MP5. So it feels pretty bad. So like if you get poked, you're done. You have 1 health, 1 mana pot. The biggest thing I think is when you have restored artifact. I'm trying to find it so you guys can. You have to get to 900 gold without getting poked. You have to. It's the most important thing because now you only back once instead of twice. And if you back twice, you're guaranteed going to miss a lot of farm. And you're going to be 5 after the other mid laner. And being 5 after the other mid laner can make a lot of problems. So, like I said, those are all the starts for mid. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free. You also could do, actually, we'll do one more start. This chat, talked about it. The Book of Thoth start, 1350, 55 magical power, 125 mana. You go 1 health, 2 mana pot with this start. Why? You have no MP5. So you only have an extra 125 base mana to start here. And if you go 2 mana pots, it'll sustain you enough for boots 2. And if you have an insane laning phase, you could maybe finish your book. But I always recommend be careful with staying out for book because it can be really, really bad. Because 1350, what do you need? You need 1250 to finish this. And then that could be very risky. 1250 gold is a lot on the first back, especially when you only have 1 health pot. So don't grieve for this. It's okay to get boots 2 and then come back to Book of Thoth. It'll be fine. But yeah, so those are all the starts in mid. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Much love, guys.